Hello everyone, thanks for dropping by. In case you didn't recognise her, that's Gigi Headley on the screen. And the only thing I've ever seen her in is Farscape. And the only reason I watched Farscape is for her character. Even though she had blue body makeup paint, she came across as incredibly sexy and incredibly vulnerable at the same time. So, would I date her? Nope. She's 3 centimeters taller than me. That was taken in 2023 and she was 48 years old there. She's also married to her second husband and she's got a daughter with him. And her second husband is either 6 foot or a little over 6 foot. So I wouldn't even bother. Besides, I have an aversion to Australian girls and women after the way I was treated it in my adolescence and then teenage years. So even Gigi, Rhonda Mitchell, or even Margot Robbie, I wouldn't even bother with them. So I just don't care for Australian women at all after the way I was treated. So Australian men are welcome to them. Now, I wouldn't date her, as I said, and it seems a lot of American men in New York are not dating either. I found this in The Independent. Whoops. This is Men Aren't Signing Up to Singles Nights. I launched my own and found out why. This was done on 25th of February 2026. Now, if you scroll down, dating is a problem. And where is it? That's what a dating event looks like. It looks horrendous to an introvert like me. Hey up, what's Andrew Ford up to? Pays a tribute to extraordinary wife. Must be his second wife. This matters the worst overseas. In New York recently sending one of its reporters to a wine mixer where tickets for women cost $100 while men got in for free. I think the truth is that there are a lot more women who are out there interested in showing up for those dating events, and it's not easy to get men to show up. Now, I saw that article about the New York dating thing on Better Bachelor, and on YouTube there's several of the other MGTOW commentators, a lot more articulate than me. They've also been commentating on it. So I thought I'd have a look around to see where I could find. It says at this event there were 15 women in attendance and just 5 men. If even freebies weren't enough to get men to these events, that is, after all, if it's not like they don't want to meet women. And she set up on herself, and that's what it looks like. Nope. And look, women there chatting to each other, no guys showing up. And poll question: who tries harder in today's dating landscape? Women. Your vote has been recorded. See the results. Nope. And then yada 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 yada. And then we have the comments, which is more interesting than the article. If you don't get men who are interested in joining this type of events, perhaps you should ask the men you want to attract and not your friends. You have created a space for women, and now you don't get why men aren't interested in joining. And all sorts of other comments. And actually, put all these links below. I found this as well. This is Threads. Remember when men had paid and women got in for free? Tables have turned, and that's the thing. It wasn't in the New York Times. It was a blog post that was linked to the New York Times. And once again, the comments are the best things in these. It says, like it said, men aren't even coming. You aren't all scared of men anyway. Think all of them gay and some she. Just going off where I see. Nah, it's more fun in the club and the game watching TV rather than pandering to women in this generation. They don't They don't sound like a male loneliness epidemic to me. Of course not. Now, X have also got into it. That is the picture that Better Bachelor had on his channel about this event. I think that is an AI generated picture. It doesn't look like it was a photograph. The women, her and her, are very similar, and she's very similar in the face, and her looks the same, and she looks the same. I think that's all AI generated people. This shows you how good AI is these days. And it says a New York Times podcast with dating did describe a wine tasting mixer with $100 fee for women and $0 for men. However, it was a group of about 20 people who showed up, 15 women and 5 men. That's all that showed up. And then I'm sure all the women in attendance look exactly like the women pictured. That was satire, because they all more like this. See, rainbow, equality now, girl power. That could be feminist. Would you want to go and spend an evening with any of them? Nope. They're all boss babes by the looks of it, and you'd probably go home on your own. Or they could look like her. Probably not like her. And comments, literally none of the women in this shot were in attendance. That's referring to this one, the AI picture. And comments after comments after comments. This was an interesting one. The men they're looking for aren't interested in women like them anymore. Remember, the demographic paying $100 to get into the events just electing Mandani, that's the Muslim, that's the mayor of New York. And wide ideology opening up between young men and women in countries across the world. There's the United States, and there's my country. You notice the gap is widening exponentially. Do all these AI people show up too? So Christie obviously recognises that's an AI picture. This one was funny. I'm so glad I got my kids. Feels like I got out in the last chopper out of Nab. And bet they're all with hot babes and satire. This photo looks like it was generated by AI. Yep. Whoops. They are looking for men between 35 and 40, earning 6 figures, very handsome, with no stomach, owning mansions and businesses, and have no baby mamas. This guy, he's in the Netherlands. And just looking for a devout communist simp that makes $750K a year, 6'5", bonus point for any guy who gives them a date, stipend, and not expect sex. And this guy, I'm a New York citizen now and went once. All the men were under 6 foot, made less than 6 figures, and rented with roommates. I do not recommend. And that's that. On the same article, this guy, Carl, he was a mixer 7 years ago. I think that's a terminology for cocktail mixer. Quite a skilled trade. You got to know the ingredients of all the various kinds of drinks. It was organised by rich ladies for their female friends. Every woman was supposed to be required to bring a guy with her. Some were married ladies dragging a male friend / victim. Awkward scene, but swank apartment. Got a date out of it, but no sparks. Then we have the AI picture again, and then we have all the comments. In your 50s, dating dynamics were radically different than in your 20s. I'll bet it didn't have all those AI babes. Oh, another one that see that's an AI picture. The World Star Hip Hop Post also commented it about the article. I bet that's another AI picture. Study shows that women are outnumbering men 3 to 1, and New York dating events charging women $100 while men getting free. And then we have the comments. We are the prize, plain and simple. And it says this is a good one because if you're 6'1" or taller, have a six-pack and make over six figures, you don't need to go to a dating event. That's why they're all chasing. That's who they're all chasing. True. What's the replies? Also, there's another thing. I have someone I know who's 6'2", is super fit and makes well over the six-figure mark, but he's choosing to be single. The things these women want don't want. The things these women want don't want them. And that's literally 5% of the country, even if it's that high. I think it's about 2% of American men are like that. Not true. I still have to go. They are looking for Channing Tatum or similars. Oh, that's who Channing Tatum is. Never heard of him. We are cooked. And then he has 6 pounds of six-pack of donuts. Anyway, that's what's happened at that thing in New York. It's not the only one in New York. I found this, New York Singles Mixers. This is Singles Mixer 2026. It's April the 11th this year. A place Coyote Ugly, New York. If you drop down, you get all the details about it. 2 hours, you got to be over 21. In person, no refunds. Let's bring up Google Earth, see what that place looks like. Close. And that. Copy. Paste. And away you go. It'll be in Manhattan. And let's go Street View. IQ decor. Let's get out of that. Sorry about this, people. Search. No. Street View again. And that's where it's going to be held. A New York bar. Coyote Club. Well, he's got TV there. If nobody's talking to you, you can always watch the telly. Anyway. That was interesting. That's the Coyote Ugly Club in New York. A New York bar. That's where it's going to be held. But I've also found this. The world's first AI-powered dating cafe is now open in Hell's Kitchen, wherever Hell's Kitchen is in New York. It's redefined how we meet. In the heart of Hell's Kitchen, a groundbreaking concept has officially launched, an AI-powered dating cafe designed to turn casual coffee runs into a meaningful connection. So you go there, have some coffee, and you start having a conversation and an exchange with an AI avatar, which is, in other words, you form a conversation with a line of code. It's different, but I can't ever see that taking off because it's just a rather silly fad. Don't have to go and coffee for that. But anyway, I've also found this speed dating, My Cheeky Date, in New York City again. The the various ones. This is for ages 29 to 42 at a place called John Wood's Foundry. Now, got the there, copy, whoops, and you've got to pay $36 for this event. So, get rid of that. And see where that one is. And it's being held in another bar, like a cafe type thing in New York. God, look at all those drinks. It's a well-stocked bar, as they say. And that's that. Another one is in this place, 205 West 54th Street. And whoops. Come on, Christopher. And back on there. Let's have a look at that. Last one, people. It be there. That's where it be held, in a restaurant, amongst all the office blocks. No doubt they want to get a person who is in collar and tie and not blue collar. Oh, McGee's Pub, Irish. Can't be that. Parking. Anyway, that's New York, that's that one. And then we got another one, St. John's Foundry, that previous one. And then Flute Champagne Bar, New York. I suspect that's in a more posher area. Third and final for New York people. And I'll actually put all these links below so you can have a play around yourself. And then there. Where's that thing? There we are. Whoops. I like Google Earth. You can see all sorts of things. And what the bloody hell will it be? Parking. There. It'll be, that's like a hotel by the looks of it. In the cocktail bar in that. Very posh. Anyway, that's New York. Now, I also found this about the singles event that women were charged £100, all 20 of them, 30 of them. And it says single events in New York are charging women £100 to enter and men getting free. And then we have that AI photograph again. And then the comments are the best thing in this article. No more ladies' nights. Kind of smart men want to go single events or shit, then sit around crying on the internet about being lonely. Obviously, they don't see that it's not guys crying on the internet. It's women. This is the lowest barrier to entry possible. The Ryan Star should be the other way around. Men should be charged. There'll be even less men going if they do that. I doubt it's helped much, but at least they're trying. And this is another one, Glitter Lady. Men can get in for free and they still won't show up. Pathetic. Obviously she doesn't understand men. And another woman with a cob on. Do they have reserved space for men to dance on stage? Well, they look like they're having a good time and those women are miserable. Lies, I suppose, that or an advertisement for someone's service or event. How many people actually meet them? Well, any single mixers, speed dating, etc. It is well known that they're essentially girls' night out events. True. With just a handful of either really bored or really desperate men. Not true. That is CTFU. I've forgotten what that meant, but I think it's rolling on the floor laughing. And he said they don't get it. Some men outnumber women on dating apps, yet women outnumber women at singles events. Hey up, mail's just come. Would me rather sit online rather than actively going out to meet women? Would women rather go to a single event than go online or an app? And then another one, $100. She didn't want to pay that. And different events. This guy, they hate women and think women bring nothing to the table or are gold diggers. We don't hate women, we're just indifferent to them. And comments. Now that is in New York. Over on the other side of America, in Los Angeles, they have speed dating events as well. Because I found this. Los Angeles Orange Country view upcoming events. If you drop down, you have where it's happening there. March the 3rd, that's tomorrow. A place called Glendale in Los Angeles. 31 to 45-year-olds. And this one, it's West Hollywood, 26 plus for lesbian and sapphic matches, i.e. that's younger women and maybe older women. And then another one in a place called Venice and another one in a place called Lincoln Heights. And if you drop down, what our speed daters are saying, of course they're saying all sorts of good things about it. And to finish it off, I found this, a pre-dating, Los Angeles speed dating, California single events. And it's got some addresses. Let's see, click on that. September Tea Room. 515 Orange Suite B, place called Redlands. Right, let's leave New York and zoom across America. And whoops. And that's where it's being held. It's a tap room and eatery. Must be an American West Coast restaurant. You've got to have a car get there, that's for sure. Can't see any bus stops. Public transport is quite rare in Los Angeles, I believe. And that's that place. Get back. And there's also in Newport Beach, there's two places, one's for 24 to 39-year-olds, the other one's for 37 to 52-year-olds. Let's finish it off, because I'm probably well over 20 minutes now. The lot, Newport. And there's Newport Beach. Bloody hell, it's a big shopping centre. Probably there. Bloody hell, you get lost trying to find that place. There, so yeah, you gotta put it over that, and then it'll take you inside. And that's where the other one will be held. That was quite nice. Very swank. And there's a well-stocked bar again. Phew. Anyway, that's predating in this place for the perfect place for singles to get together. A lot of unique destination offering culinary delights, craft beverages, high quality entertainment, local OC singles with this love of food, film, festivity, etc., etc. Anyway, this thing charging women 100 a night may eventually go to the other side of America, and they could be charging women and guys getting in for free, but I can't see anything much happening because guys have got wives to women and they're just not going on. If I was super wealthy, I wouldn't go to a thing like that, because I'm only 5'6", and even if I was wealthy with a top tier job, I would still be 5'6" and far too short for women like that. So I'd probably, after work, just go to the gym, maybe stop off for a dinner somewhere, or go home and cut myself a meal and then watch a good movie, either streaming, even though I don't like Netflix, or from 4K Blu-ray, and then go to bed to get some decent night's sleep. I certainly wouldn't go to one of these things to be humiliated and just ignored, because I've been ignored most of my life. Going back to Gigi, the Rhonda and Margot, Australian women, the Australian men, as I said, are welcome to them. So all these women there, they're welcome to New York men, so I wouldn't be bothering at all. Like it says, men that come in, aren't you all scared of men anyway? They don't sound like a male loneliness epidemic to me. Nope. And we got 2030 slowly creeping on, so we're going to see more of these things happening. I think I'm way over 20 minutes now, probably way over 30, so I'll have to stop it now. I'll try and find something on a similar thing, because I found one or two other things, but that'll have to be next week. So you all know the routine, people, like, dislike it, etc. It's completely up to you. So until next Monday,